What's going on, everybody? We are going to be reacting to the world's heaviest man's diet, what he eats every single day throughout the day. And we watch these videos all throughout our 7-day fast. You guys are basically going to be experiencing everything that we experienced during that 7-day fast.
This guy is literally the GOAT YouTuber when it comes to eating food. Whenever you're on a fast, watch this guy because I promise you, you just will like get all your cravings satisfied when it comes to sugar. This guy, I don't know how his teeth haven't rotted out yet. You guys just gotta watch this video. So we're gonna watch it with you and react to the heaviest man's diet.
This is what the world's heaviest man eats for breakfast. To start off his day, Walter Hudson ate 12 eggs, a pound of bacon, 32 sausages, an entire loaf of bread with grape jelly, and a
Entire
pot
loaf?
of coffee. I'm giving
That's a lot
myself
of protein, but
until
not
midnight
much.
tonight to finish not just this breakfast.
That's a lot of protein, but the carbs are not doing it on there. That's just carb. The carbs are not as unreal. Eggs, protein's good in the morning, but I mean after that, the carb load. I mean it's just
A whole loaf of bread. Look at that. Look how much bread that is for. You just making sandwich on sandwich on sandwich on sandwich. Oh, man.
Breakfast, but everything else on Walter's meal plan, which, as I'm sure you can imagine, is pretty gigantic. Just like I'm gonna be by the end of this challenge.
Yeah.
I really see you guys over my
Oh, so he's
Bro,
got the
your
belly.
stomach stretches so much.
To kick off meal one, I poured an entire pot
You
of
got it,
coffee.
man.
And
I'm
a few
excited. I
seconds
love
later,
coffee.
I realized
Coffee's great, man. Don't you
I
like
should
coffee?
actually toast that bread.
Oh, okay.
Dang it.
So toasted it.
Looks like this got a bit
That's fire.
overcooked.
Okay. So meal number one. Here we go. He's eating the eggs. I don't like my eggs that runny. I like.
Man, shut up and watch the video.
I am watching.
even though this
react
bread was a
to
little
it.
extra toasty, everything was tasting amazing. The
So you
highlight
got
of
the
this
runny
meal was
eggs.
definitely the crunchy bread.
How do you guys like your eggs?
After working my way
Scrambled?
through most of the
Over
bread and
easy,
some
sunny
eggs,
side
this
up?
challenge was off to a
I can eat
great
them anyway, honestly. Except
Alright,
for
our eggs along with our
light.
first
I don't like these.
coffee
Too
have
much
been
yellow.
eliminated.
No, when
I'm
it's
just
too
gonna work on my breakfast
soggy, I
sausage.
don't like it.
It's a firm belief of mine that breakfast
And we don't eat
sausage
pork
cannot be
either.
eaten
Like,
without
don't eat no
some
bacon or
juice.
sausage.
Maple
So he's adding maple
Shout out
syrup.
to all my Canadian viewers.
See that? He's adding. So he's dipping all the syrup into
Breakfast
the food.
sausage pairs perfectly with
In an
this.
old life, I
The
would've
other
ate sausage
combination
and
it pairs
bacon.
perfectly with some
But we
tasty
didn't think
leftover
about the
eggs
sugar
and
to
maple syrup.
anything up until kind of like recently.
I made quick work of the rest
Alright, we
of the
keep
breakfast
talking to
sausage.
bro. You're like talking during a movie.
normal.
Alright, the sausage is
Talking
down.
during
So
the
far,
movie.
this meal is tasting amazing.
I set my sights on the bread next.
I gotta keep working on this bread.
After using pretty much half the jar of grape jelly, I had myself a grape jelly sandwich.
Ooh, grape jelly sandwich. You gonna be zooted.
That was a lot of jelly.
Obviously, I was in the mood for sugar because grape jelly sandwiches just sounded good. But a few minutes later, I brought an old friend to the party.
I need to know down below in the
with
comments
this-
who is
the
team
peanut
chunky
stuff? Nah.
and who is
I
team
like-
creamy peanut.
Yeah, creamy. Give me the creamy.
You like the cream? I like the nuts.
Nothing rings my bells like a toasted peanut butter and jelly
Yeah,
sandwich.
peanut butter and jelly sandwiches just be hitting.
Or a couple
Always.
of toasted peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Goodness gracious. Oh my god,
That's
bro.
so much
So
bread.
much bread. It's probably too much
Makes me
information,
wanna
but there's
breathe.
a reason
The
why I
coffee
chose
looks
this
like the
mug.
best
It's
part.
because it's the truth.
You'll find out very shortly why this was so troubling. I took a few more sips of coffee and got back to work on the rest of the bread. Grape jelly just wasn't cutting it anymore, so I decided to use some peanut butter to get down the rest of the bread. But at this point, the bread was really starting to fill me up.
Toasted too.
This is like a nightmare.
Yeah,
This is
showing
like
bread
ruining
right
my
now.
diet.
Next, I set
completely.
my sights on the bacon, dipped in some maple syrup, of course.
Who's tasting that?
I thought that combo was tasty, but what I made next was about to be
This
even
is
tastier.
breakfast.
I slathered some
One
peanut
meal.
butter and
This is
some
meal
butter,
one.
This is
added a few
breakfast.
slices of bacon on that bread, topped it with some grape jelly, of course, and then I had to do one last thing.
Not bad.
Oh man, I am most definitely
Oh,
gonna
that's
do that
crazy.
tomorrow morning.
That alone is like a lunch and breakfast for me.
All that food?
2 sandwiches.
W! Oh,
I
W!
like man. It's just a lot of sausage.
This was one of the
protein.
most unnecessarily
I don't like
delicious
getting
things
my
I've ever
protein
eaten.
source from sausage. I mean, it's not the really
After making
most
quick work of
digestible
it,
way
the
for
only
me.
thing
So
left
why
was
is that?
one
Why
slice of
we don't eat pig?
Last week.
Because we've heard a lot of stories about
Woo.
obviously like
That was a
how
lot of coffee.
Breakfast
Muslims
was
don't eat
complete.
pig.
Next up
There's
was
probably a
breakfast.
reason behind it, which I
According
think
to
is
the
because it's
article
the
that I got
dirtiest
Walter's diet
animal,
from,
and
his
pigs literally like
between-the-meal
roll
snacks
around
consisted of
in
a
their own
handful of
poop, and they don't have
cubes.
sweat
But how much
glands,
is a handful?
so they
After
don't
a few Google
secrete
searches,
their
I realized that a
dirtiness.
handful
So
couldn't
basically,
even-
they're always in
thankfully,
mud
I
and
had some
poop
people.
and filth.
Alright,
always
everyone, so
dirty.
I have
And they're
a
never
random
clean.
number generator
And,
on my phone.
Like
with numbers
there's a
3
saying like
through
you
6.
can't
A handful to
cook
me
a pig
is like
to a
2 or
high
3.
enough degree to
handful
cook
to
out all the
Walter
germs
Hudson is
without it
probably
being
like
edible.
double that.
So it's
So
like
I'm gonna
that
let
means there's
this
still
decide
parasites
for me.
in there, and I'm
After
good
seeing
off
how
that.
many
Like, give me
candy
some
bars I
beef
had
or
to eat,
chicken.
all that
Always.
coffee hit.
Yeah, I don't like pork for protein. That's just how I look.
I
I
had
look
to
at
sort of
food
get
as
my
protein.
fingers.
When you
And I
start
saw one that
really
really
understanding the
caught my
foods
eye.
that you're
And
eating
then I
and the
had one that
nutrition
was
facts around it, You look at the food as a nutritious source. You look at food as fuel. So
I started
I'm not
with the Reese's
focused
Fast
on getting my protein.
And since I'm a
from-
Reese's
All right,
lover,
let's get to a
this
snack.
matters. I took down the Fast Break bar along with the Hershey's Cookies and Cream Bar.
Reese's Big Cup with Reese's Puffs.
This Reese's Big Cup was also incredibly delicious. But the bar I was most curious about was up next.
And now what I've been looking forward to trying the most, the Fruity Pebbles chocolate bar.
The craziest part, this had real Fruity Pebbles inside.
Peanut butter cups taste just the same, and they're like 3 grams net carb. Fire.
Woo!
A few minutes later, all the candy bars were down.
Everyone just like that. 4 candy bars are down.
The first snack was complete. Next up, lunch.
Everyone, so far this challenge is going fantastic. The only thing I'm starting to worry about is the fact that I haven't.
Yeah, you gotta take a dookie.
And then
So he did poop
I
today.
need
In order for you to poop too, you gotta have fiber in what you're eating. So if you're not eating like beans, something with that fiber in it,
Someone with that fiber.
you're not gonna be pooping. So
It's like you're eating an enema.
man, sometimes
Enema's gonna be that's gonna be a thing on our page now.
I need to do fiber more. Like I need to eat more fiber, honestly. Fiber helps me poop, and I haven't. Been
All right,
pooping that
everyone,
much
it's time for
recently.
lunch.
So
And all I gotta say
fiber
is
one bars.
exercise.
We're fine.
I thought you meant
Fiber one bars.
exercise.
Yeah, that's right.
Fiber one bars is fire.
We gotta get
60
this.
cal- 70 calories.
Fiber 1 bars are like chocolate candy for us, literally.
Walter's lunch beverage. Walter ate 2 large sandwiches for lunch, so I ordered the Subway Philly sandwich. Needless to say, I was no fan. I was surprised because this actually tasted like an authentic
Philly
cheesesteak.
sandwich?
The combination of the steak, American
They really
cheese,
got the
Snickers,
American
onions,
public
and
to
mayonnaise
believe that
made this a
Subway was
fantastic
healthy.
sandwich.
I used to work next to a Subway at my like
Even
one of
though I
my
had
first
one sandwich
office
left,
jobs
woo,
and my
I
last
moved to
office
the next
job,
part of Walter's
and I went to
Now I gotta
Subway
get my
every
own
day at
fries.
lunch.
Fries.
One, you're wasting money, like if you don't pack a lunch before you work, so do that. Like don't be lazy and don't spend your money the
Unsurprisingly,
next
the
day
fries
spending
are
$7,
still
$8,
expensive.
$10.
If you're new to the
You're just
channel,
wasting
I'm
your
really
paycheck and you're wondering why you ain't got no money at the end of your checks because you don't prepare yourself.
You
So
guys know me, you know.
save some money,
I'm
and also
waffle
too
fry, but
like
to
the
me,
Subway
going
just
to,
gets
you know,
gross
waffle
after a while.
fries
Like,
just sounded really
I had a
good.
salad every day. I was like,
So I
this is
figured
just
I would just
gross.
make
Like
it
the
more
ingredients are the same thing. Like
should be fine.
I'm so good off. After
Even
a
though I
while,
was
your taste
starting
buds
to
starts
get
to
full,
change.
I still had an
Diet
entire
Coke.
Subway sandwich to eat after.
I used to think Diet Coke was gross as a kid.
Dinner number 2, my last Subway sandwich right here, which is arguably one of the best Subway sandwiches on the Subway sandwich menu.
Rotisserie.
Wow, so many vegetables. Why the f did they put this many vegetables on there?
Vegetables are filling.
Even with the
That's why a lot
unnecessary
of people
amount of
want to lose
vegetables,
weight.
this
They
sandwich
know
tasted
vegetables are going to fill their stomach up. They're going to shred up.
Unfortunately, all this bread was really starting to hit me.
Reminds me, I need to eat more vegetables. As recent, I haven't had that much.
But fortunately, I was able to push through and finish off a sandwich.
Well, I got done all the fries, the subs. Fortunately, I still have this Coca-Cola
Yeah,
left
2
over,
large
which I'm going to
sandwiches
use
and French
in my
fries.
next food adventure. So yeah, I'm going to hold off on the rest of this
So
Coke
many
for now.
calories,
Because I didn't
bro.
finish the Coke,
Regular
lunch
soda.
was a fail.
That's just.
Whenever I rolled
How did
next,
he fail? Oh,
it was
he didn't
fine.
fail.
He didn't drink the soda.
Was it a timer?
5 candy bars.
At this point, I had taken down just over 15,000 calories, and I hadn't even gotten to the hardest part of this challenge yet.
All right, everyone, just a quick status update as I head to the store to grab my next round of candy bars. I'm not doing very well.
More
my
candy
stomach
bars?
feels like a black hole full of French fries, bread, and a lot of regret right now. Ugh. All I gotta say is that volume-wise, the final meal is gonna be the biggest meal in this entire challenge. And the last
I haven't
challenge
had,
was a
like, a
complete
Skittle
fail. And the last thing I want to do
in
is
so
fail 2
long, or, like,
challenges
genuine
in a row,
candy.
you guys. So
Haven't
let's
been.
just say this is about to get pretty crazy. Those sandwiches are not sitting very well.
Where is it?
I picked out the rest of my candy bars.
He's
and
in
this
San
was
Diego.
snack number 2.
Is that?
I'm actually pretty excited to try 2 of these because I've never had them
Snickers.
before.
I haven't had a Snickers
got
bar
my
in
Coke.
so long.
Taste the rainbow.
I know what it tastes like though.
I could
Why don't you
instantly
say
off the top of my head, I know what it
Skittles,
is.
not Coke. I'm gonna start with the Zero bar.
I never even heard of that.
I was pleasantly surprised by the taste of the Zero bar.
So he's focused on the
It
calories
was
and
an
How is
calories.
explosion
his
of
teeth
pollen,
not
glitter,
rotting
and
out?
caramel.
That's my thing. This dude eats so much sugar in all of his challenges. Like, how do your
Finally,
teeth
I
not
managed
just
to get the
rot?
Snickers bar.
Where my Snickers people at?
You can never go wrong with the Snickers bar. But the bar I had next has a special place in my heart.
Three Musketeers.
This was good, but the bar I had next really
Three
stole the
Musketeers
show.
used to be my favorite.
First time trying a
Big
Carmelo bar.
crunch.
Let's take a moment. Oh my goodness, look at that action. Look at that caramel action.
Fire.
Woo! Oh my goodness.
One word, legendary.
Bro, my
Biting
teeth
into
would
this
be
Carmelo
aching.
bar was like a symphony of chocolatey deliciousness.
I'd have so many cavities, you just can't do it.
10 out of 10. That was amazing. Speaking of amazing, it's time to get to one of my favorite
Ew.
chocolate bars out there.
Butterfinger's the worst candy
If
bar.
you made it up into this point of the
Coffee
video,
form.
pause the video and drop a chocolate
I
bar.
like Butterfinger coffee. Butterfinger coffee is fine. But I wouldn't eat it though. I wouldn't. There's no point in eating. There's no point in eating.
I like the crunch. I'd rather just have the peanut butter and chocolate.
I just don't want the substance.
Walter's second snack and lunch had been completed.
So much
Now it was
food.
time to the biggest meal of this entire
No,
challenge.
yeah, there's
I
no
picked up a
way you
bottle
can
of Coke
be
and
an
4
average
ham
person
sticks.
exist off this diet. That's a one-way trip to obesity.
Ham and corn? See, here's that Kroger. Where's that Kroger at San Diego? I knew that was like a Fry's or a Kroger one.
And apple pie, and the most difficult part of
Is
the
that
meal,
Fry's?
the potatoes.
It's some type of Kroger brand.
Exercise.
Albert
I thought
Fry.
you meant extra pie.
Extra pies.
Okay, I definitely need a new joke.
Dude's trying to eat.
Walter's dinner beverage was a bottle of soda.
Pepsi, nah.
He also ate 4 or
Filler.
5 ham
Oh, you
sticks.
got cold ham.
Just eating
Eating almost 2
Oh, that's
pounds of
nasty.
protein
That's
this late into a challenge, I was seriously.
You could've done the
thought
challenge
I was gonna
better.
take this one.
At least got like a
Ham
warm
steaks
cooked
are
ham.
freaking huge.
It's like a piece of rubber. Ugh.
Thankfully, I was able to get the last ham steak down, but I was getting very full.
I'm not gonna lie, those ham steaks were a solid 1 out of 10. I have no idea why
that's
someone
nasty.
would want to eat a ham steak. Willingly.
Next up, a half dozen cobs of corn.
Shout out to everybody that
Mexican,
knows the
yup.
deliciousness of tahini.
I mean, he didn't warm it
That's
up or
how you
put butter on it or
Mayonnaise.
mayonnaise.
Pardon my French.
With the addition of the tahini, this
Cheese.
corn was actually pretty tasty. With only 1 cob left, there's
This is how
something
them white boys talk. Pretty tasty.
I just gotta say, if
That's
this
what it
video
is.
gets 50,000 likes, I will attempt to eat the diet of the world's.
We're white.
No, they're gonna
You
assume
wanna
that
see
you're
that?
just black.
Get the video.
I'm
Or
white.
you're mixed or
I
something.
finished off
Actually
the
more
last
white
corn in
than
the cob
anything.
and set my sights on
And
the
I'm
food that
probably
was going to be
white.
the most.
See, that's the thing. Our white family,
After a generous amount of
The food
smart
is pretty
balance,
bland.
it was time to get to
Yeah,
it's like potato and butter, and that's about it. The mac and cheese that my
that's
black
very
family-
true. Like, and white
Right,
wait
it's
here,
gluten-free.
like seasoning. Just like, bro, put it on.
Because they just like the ingredient, like the nutrition value of that thing.
I told my aunt one time at Thanksgiving that her food was like very bland. And
did the only thing
I
I
made
could
a
do.
TikTok about it actually. And I said, I'm just gonna go to Jack in the
point, I
Box.
felt like a
And she ended up bringing me Jack in the
Raw sauce
Box
was-
on Thanksgiving as a joke. So
I can't
She had a
say
sense
I'm
of
doing
humor.
it right now. I feel like if I do.
getting harder and harder to eat. So I decided to make a decision.
Oh my goodness. Felt like this in the last challenge too. Except it was.
That's how I feel
bagels,
when I don't
not
eat.
potatoes.
Because I feel like lightheaded and
But everybody, here's the deal. There's no way I'm gonna be able to finish this potato and this
Dizzy?
pie right now.
I've never
currently
eaten and
9:15
gotten
right
dizzy.
now, which means I have about 2.5 hours left in this day. So I'm gonna chill out and actually do something that I feel like I should do.
but you
there's
still.
so much food, bro. There's no way.
So his belly is definitely mountained over.
Think a little deal.
Nah,
If
there's
I've
too much
gained
food,
over
bro.
14 pounds, you have to subscribe if you're
You
not
gained
subscribed
14.
already. If I gain under 14 pounds, you can unsubscribe from my channel. Let's wait.
My pre-challenge weight was 169.2 pounds. My current weight, 184.7 pounds. A gain of over 15 pounds. After over
That's
an hour
crazy.
of digestion
15
time, I
pounds
came
in
back
one
to
day.
finish the fight. I had less than a half an hour to get down this massive serving of apple pie, the rest of the soda, and
It's so awesome being that
the
smaller,
massive
like
amount of starch I
169, you
consumed
can eat
over the
whatever
day.
you want.
Finishing this meal was going to be a battle.
But
Well,
probably don't have the physique.
11:30
There's
right
no
now.
physique,
The
yeah.
food
He even
that
says it, he's like, I don't
quite
have a
large.
physique. But he bikes and he does.
Like usually, I look 27 months pregnant.
Not really much love handles though. That's the cool thing.
He's comfortable in his body.
Oh, the thought of putting this
That's a win.
potato in my mouth is just absolutely repulsive right now.
Zero sugar.
I'm
Zero
fired.
Thank you, Mr.
sugar.
Zero Sugar Whipped Cream.
I can get right with
Don't
that.
head
Zero
first into the
sugar.
apple pie.
Whipped cream. I didn't even know they had that.
At this point, I felt like my stomach had detached from my body, but the finish line was in sight.
I feel like I'm about to give birth to a baby made of Subway sandwiches and toast.
Ooh. You still got the.
Yeah, bro,
Subway
that's so
sandwich.
much food. How many calories is that in a day?
I don't even know if I can eat that at my biggest weight.
Alright, so eat some potato plus the Pepsi.
Downs it with Pepsi.
You thought this challenge was crazy? Be sure to go check out that one time I ate like
22,000
Nikocado
calories.
avocado for a day.
That's 3,500, 7,000, 14. So that's 4 pounds, 14,000.
The food is what makes it heavier because the calories on top of the substance of the food make you gain more weight. So you have to think about it. It's not just the calorie of the food; it's like the density of that food that makes you heavier.
Yeah.
Because like
The
about
weight of the food.
3,500 calories is 1 pound. So if you do the math, 22 divided by 3,500, that's like what?
Six,
7
seven.
and a half, 7.
7.
It's like maybe 7.1 or something.
Yeah.
So it's like 7.1 pounds, but you multiply that by 2 because you're like
The
it's like
quantity of the food.
the substance of the food. It's
Yeah.
not just the calorie. It's like the substance of the pie, the bread, the
Yeah.
protein, all that adds up. it makes you a lot heavier. So that was very interesting to see the world's heaviest man's daily diet.
I would never do that ever in my life.
You wouldn't eat that much?
No, there's no way, and I couldn't. I would be dead after half, not even half, a quarter of that. I'd be dead.
We just did the chip challenge, and that was even hard.
That was gross.
even just
We just did a
testing-
potato chip challenge. That shit was nasty.
That was tough, man.
I was just like, and we didn't eat the whole thing. We just had a few bites of everything, and then we came home and I was like, throw all those chips away. Not doing it.
And to think about how he just like eats.
Ultimate stomach ache, bro. He's a G for putting himself through that, but
Man.
not me.
Yeah, no, well, at least, I mean, he got some substance in his food. If you're just eating a bunch of chips, then there's no real substance.
Yeah.
I mean, but yeah, thanks for watching, guys. We appreciate you being here. And if you need help losing weight so that you don't become the world's heaviest man, click the link in the description below, and we will get you to your goal weight, baby.
Let's get it. Don't wait. Lose weight.